Hey Ketosis Mom followers and Amazon shoppers, we're going to try this one more time because our iPad was not loading that we were actually live, and so let's see if we can do it from the new Android app and see if that works any better. Hopefully this will stop spinning in a minute and I will be able to see the chat because I previously could not see it, and it was not showing that we were live on the iPad app either. So I like to always start right here. Again, we went over that the curations are new at the top, and we have also added in some of those gifting items now. So all those gift lists are there. If you're shopping for gifts during Prime Days, make sure that you go and take a gander at those. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started today. And so I'm Jen, and my husband Joe is here with us today as well. Say hello, Joe. Hello. And so what we decided to do today for Prime Day is we're gonna kind of do a back and forth of what my picks are versus what Joe picks are for Prime Day deals on things that we have previously purchased in the past. And Joe, your jacket on screen is just amazing. I'm just going to say that. We love Halloween at my house, everybody. So the very first item that we're going to go over again very quickly because we got cut off last time. Well, we went over the Fire TV. That's as far as we got. But we also went over a pick that Joe and I both agreed on, which was the Opal Ice Maker, which is the very first product in our lineup, basically. So I wanted to show you all very quickly some of the reasons that Joe and I both agree on this is that it has a light, it makes good ice, you can put it on a schedule via an app, and you can kind of control when the ice is making. Is there anything added to that as to why you picked it?
Nope, that's good. That and it's quick. It makes ice in about 10 to 15 minutes.
Correct.
You'll have ice starting to fall out of it already.
Which is nice. I like being able to schedule to have the ice out as soon as we are ready to go out the door and know that the ice maker is going to be full. And again, if you guys do have questions, please submit them. I can't see them in here, but I have the screen up over here. So if you guys have questions on anything that we're going over, hopefully we can make sure that we get to them. The second item that Joe and I both did agree on was the Fire TV, which is a 50-inch. We have this mounted on the wall in our bedroom. And I think it's just something that surprised both of us when we got it about the quality.
Yeah, and it's easy to set up right out of the box since we have, a Fire Cube, Fire Sticks. As soon as you hook it up to your network, it immediately asked if you wanted to pull in the settings from your other Fire connected devices. And as soon as we did that, pretty much all the preferences were put in there. It asked what apps you wanted to download. So other than maybe downloading into some of the specific apps, it's pretty much ready to go if you already have Fire products at home.
Correct. So now, since Joe and I agreed on those first two items, that's why we put them very first, because we feel like those have been our top previous purchases on deal days. Now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of go back and forth between myself and Joe on what we felt some of our favorite purchases have been. So again, if you have any questions, make sure that you're asking us. I hopefully will be able to see it because it's still spinning in my app as far as the chat goes. So I think there's just so many people live streaming today to get deals out to you that it's become overbogged. All right, this is the very first item that I have on my list. This is the Microderm Glow. This is a diamond microdermabrasion machine. There's a couple of different reasons why I choose this one over other ones that I've done in the past or had in the past. And I also did, just so you guys know a little bit about this, I did do a this or that video with this in a comparison of another one, and I still think I would choose this one. As far as kind of the guidance that's on here, I know this is going to be a little harder to see, especially because it's a brighter screen and you're looking at it, but there is a face on there, and it basically, yeah, you guys can't see it because it's bright. There's a face on here, and it just guides you into what area of your face you should be doing for how long. I've never had any problems with this one, like kind of sucking up my skin and leaving any kind of marks. I feel like this is a really nice quality, and I feel like it does, for me, a better job than when I go somewhere and get a facial or get something like this done. And so to be able to have this in my home was a great purchase. That's just my opinion. I'm going to let Joe go over his next item. Joe is going to be talking about the Tushy, and while he's talking about the Tushy, I am going to go try to find our video of the Tushy.
So obviously we have these attached. So this is the Tushy Basic 2.0.
And we like the
bidet.
2.0.
There's a couple different models of it, but 2.0, essentially the nozzle's on the outside. So it has a function where you turn the dial one direction to rinse the nozzle. Okay, she had some blowback. Versus the other way where it works as a bidet. And the thing is, they're very easy to install. If you have your toilet hooked up to a water line right now, you just turn the water line off, connect this up to the system, and I would say it takes about, if you're good, 20 minutes, give or take 10 minutes, depending on how quick you are with removing a toilet seat, undoing the lines, refixing up the lines, but very easy to install. Very easy to use.
Now, something that I want to point out is you're watching a video that is our this or that video. We did test the Tushy against another one that you just saw first. This one is the Tushy. And Joe and I both agree, I think that the Tushy won.
Yeah,
right?
I like the Tushy quite a bit more. It's a little sturdier. The dial itself lets you know when you have it on versus off a lot easier, because I've gone into the other bathroom for that other comparison that we've had, and I've seen it still dripping a little bit because somebody didn't turn it off quite all the way. So definitely user friendly.
You can see in the video, you can kind of angle it, you can move it. It has a lot more like what I would call customized features. Yeah, it's more adjustable. So I agree with you on that as far as that pick. That has been a good pick. And honestly, we have them on all of our toilets, and it's probably going to be something that Joe even buys again today so that we can make sure that we really have them on everything in the house and we're good to go. Because even the one that I think Joe was talking about that we tested and then this or that, I feel like he's about to replace it with a Tushy. All right, the next pick is one of my picks. I bought this for my mother-in-law because she likes drip coffee. She's not really into the whole like K-cup thing. She wants to have her ground coffee. She wants to see it drip into something. I did not have a drip coffee maker, and so I got this last deal days last year before she came for the holidays so that she could have her very own little drip coffee maker downstairs. I think this is the cutest thing. It's very small and compact. It still makes 5 cups of coffee. It's kind of that retro look. It does come with other colors as well. But what's really nice about this is when you remove this, it does not continue dripping. So you're not ever going to smell that burnt smell of it like hitting the plate on the bottom, or the plate on the bottom is not going to get discolored or anything, because it does have that feature to it. It also has an auto shut off within 30 minutes. So you also don't have to worry about, oh no, did I leave the coffee maker on and I just ran to work. So this has been one of my top purchases. I kind of purchased it for like visitors at my house, but I really do like it. It does also, you don't have to have filters for this because it comes with its own little filter and little cup to be able to put down in there, but you can remove the filter as well as this whole inner cup as well if you want to wash them. Because I know when I used to work at places and we had the old school drip coffee makers, they would get kind of grody, and that's one of the reasons I didn't want to get them. But this really is nice because you can clean the whole thing. All right, Joe's going to go over his next favorite item.
Yep. Excuse me, the Thermo Pro Twin Temp Spike. So I love this. I've used it once. I'm probably going to be using it tomorrow. Just so you guys know, I'll be doing some smoked pulled pork. One of the things I love about this is it's very easy to use. It comes with this kind of, I'll call it a base station. I think they call it a, let me make sure, a booster pack. Essentially, it stores both probes. And when you have the probes in here, I don't know, you're not going to be able to see it, but I can turn the light on and you can get a backlit light. It'll have temperature recorded on either probe, so you can use it in 2 different pieces of meat. It has a little line on here that's really nice to know that you're supposed to put it in up to this line into the meat so that you don't damage the probe and you get an accurate reading. And essentially this part of the probe will give you your temperature of the meat, and then you'll get an ambient read from the back end of the meat too. Once you plug it into the booster pack, it charges. It's got a little USB charger too, and it works reasonably well. Your booster pack has to be within a certain distance from the actual temp spike, and then this works with an app, which is very user friendly. and you can monitor your cook through the entire smoke, or if you're just cooking meat. Works really well, really easy to use. You just want to make sure you're within an appreciable distance to this with a Bluetooth device on your phone as well. But works great. Really love it. Very user-friendly, which is the best part about this.
I was going to say, I don't know how to use any kind of temp probes or temp spikes or things like that, but this one, after Joe explained it to me how it's used, and there's no wires, and there's an app that you can use to kind of still walk around and look at it and just leave the base close to where it's cooking. I was like, oh, that's easy. I can use that. So the very next item I see is actually on the shelf by Joe, and this was one of my picks. So Joe took it over on his side, but I'm going to have him hold it up so that I can kind of talk about it. This is the Guess in 10 game by Skillmatics, and our children absolutely love playing this. I'll tell a little backstory behind this. This was a miniature game that came in one of their kids' meals, and then we had to go hunt down the full-size game to play at my mother's house. And I don't think that my mom has laughed harder than when we were playing this game with her. And so this game for me, I think, is going to be what I gift to our families this year, because we like to have fun games that all of our kids can play. I have a 4-year-old and I have a 6-year-old, and both of them can still play this. Now our 4-year-old needs help as far as like reading the cards, but
she's going to get one of the cards out so they can actually see. So it tells you on here, this was the World of Animals. There's other Guess in 10 games too. And on there, it gives you 3 different, like buzzwords, and
right?
And clues as well.
Clues. And so you say 2 of the buzzwords, and then people can start asking questions. You can ask 10 questions.
And then it also has facts on here. So when they do ask questions.
So if you don't know if it's a carnivore, you know, you can look at the card really quickly to see. And all the little facts and clues just help you answer the 10 questions that people might be asking you. It's a lot harder than you may think. Like, our kids did really well out of it, but they also watch National Geographic like every single day, or like sometime a nature show on Prime. And so I think this is just really cute, and it gets kids and the whole family together doing something that is fun and funny and interactive. And it also teaches your kids to kind of ask questions and think about what it is they need to ask to be able to figure something out, which I really, really like. So I saw this was going to be on deal, and I wanted to make sure that I put it on here. Okay, the next item I will let Joe show you on a larger screen. This is a Shishibo cube. Now, I also agree with this one. I thought it was a pretty good purchase, but I'll let Joe talk about it.
So the kids love these. They do have magnets in them. I think this was the one that has 36 magnets in this particular one. But it forms different cubes and shapes, you know, that you can kind of go back and forth between. And it's kind of like a fidget type tool thing where keeps you busy for a while. Definitely keeps the kids busy as they try to make different shapes and forms out of it. But they love it. We have a couple different versions of this, and they try to get it back and forth between the different shapes.
I will say one thing about the Shishibo versus the other ones that we've done on this or that videos is that you can combine 2 of the cubes together because there's a stronger magnet. So our 2 girls will often kind of put theirs together and start trying to shape shift other objects. And this is a really great thing to have in your car as a parent if you don't want your kids on tablets. And it's also a really good thing to have kind of in a timeout area so that your kids have something to kind of fidget with, right? All right, the very next item that I'm going to be going over is one of my items. And so this is my pillow. This is my neck pillow, and you can kind of see I've even got makeup on here because I've laid on it before without a pillowcase, which I shouldn't have done. But this has kind of, I'm going to go this way with it. This has the cutout where your neck goes, and it is a very soft, almost like memory foam. This has been probably one of my top sellers for a few years now. Ever since I got this pillow, I cannot tell you how much better my neck feels after sleeping at night. I used to wake up all the time and my neck, I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I do? I slept wrong. Something's going on. I've not had that happen, knock on everything that is wood, since getting this pillow, because I kind of cradle my neck right in here and then lay. And I mean, I can't sleep without this thing. I have another one. I have 2 of them. I travel with one and I keep one on my bed. So this has been a great purchase for me just because, and I feel like I might even replace it this year too, just because I've had this one about 2 years now. So I see the deal on it and I might be replacing this. All right, the next item I am going to let Joe talk to you all about, and we are sponsored today. So we did receive the New Wave OxyPure air purifier as a gift from New Wave, and today they are sponsoring this live stream. So for us, our family has a lot of allergies. I'll let Joe tell you a story about that.
No, we're fine with the allergies, but I do want to talk about the fact that it is a smart air purifier.
It is
so it does work with an app, so you can look at things and monitor it, turn it on and off, adjust features from that. I just use the manual settings. That's just me, but Jen is able to do things from the app on her end. It's very easy to clean. It has, I think, 3 or 4 different types of filters it has in it. One of them, I think it was like filter 2, it comes out. You can rinse it off and degrease it. It has another filter that you just kind of pull the large pieces off of. Very easy to use. This one covers about just under 3,000 square feet.
Yeah, whole house.
Relatively quiet on the lower settings, but one of the things that's nice about it is you can set it so that it'll sense if there's odor or dirty air, and then it'll ramp up the fan speed so that it'll clean up the air and purify it a bit better.
So I'm going to go ahead and say why this was a top pick for me. Number one, we used to have smaller air purifiers throughout our whole house, basically like in the bedrooms and our high traffic areas, trying to kind of clear the air, especially during this time of the year, which is like back to school, and then it's starting to get cold weather, which is typically when we're all like getting sick or we're having allergies. So I put this in our main floor of our home, and it will ramp up every now and again, usually when the kids come home from school, to clean the air because it has found something dirty. The other reason that I really, really like this one is because we were constantly having to change the filters of all the smaller air purifiers that we had, and that can get a little, so what's really great about this is, as Joe said, you can pull the filter out and clean it yourself. And then all the other air purifiers, I think the other one needs replaced every year or every 4 years. You can open the listing and see the majority of the filters are going to last you for a very long time. And when you do have to replace it, it's the same cost as what you were spending for like a 3-month filter on the other ones. And so for this to do the whole home in one unit, it's hands down my pick for Prime Day. All right, the next item Joe's going to be going over, and he will tell you why this is a pick for us.
So this is the Noco Boost Plus. Kind of the battery, get rid of the jumper cables. This is a jump starter. So essentially it's a battery pack, and they got some pictures of this here. It's not just a battery pack for, your jump starting of a car, but it's also has a USB port on it so you can charge your phone. It has a light on it so that you can see the area around it. Well, why did we get it? Well, we were at lovely Dollywood, and my mother-in-law's car had the lights left on all day. And we didn't find that out until we got there, and we couldn't even get in the car. Thankfully, a passerby had this exact model in his car, brought it out, and within a couple of minutes, the battery was charged and ready to go and started just fine. So obviously, we saw it in use. We bought it for ourselves, and we now have one in our cars. I literally took a video of the man using it and pictures so that I could immediately buy it, because we did not have to hook the car up to another car to try and jumpstart us. We did not have to ask anybody to do that. We didn't have to try and move cars around. All he did was bring this pack over to our car, and boom, he jump started the car and we were on our way. So for me, having that in my car is a must-have, because I don't like going and asking people to help me for a boost in the first place, and most people don't want to help you anyway. So why not have this charged and ready to go in your own vehicle? So this is also something that I'm going to be gifting my mother for Christmas, because she obviously needs it, because Joe says she left her lights on. She left her blinkers on. So if you go to like any amusement park, a lot of times they'll tell you put your blinkers on and stay over in this line. Your hazard lights. And she forgot they were on, and then they stayed on 8 hours.
8 hours. So of course her car was dead, right? All right, the next item I'm going to be going over, this is my Trifo vacuum. This is also something from previous Prime Days, previous Cyber Days, previous gifting season. We've done the Trifo vacuums before. We did these all last holiday season. They have multiple different ones. The reason that I specifically put this one on there is for a few reasons. It vacuums, it also mops. You can map out your whole house and send this only to certain areas, designated areas of your house. It does a good job. It has a camera on it, so you can go check on pets, or if you hear something in the kitchen and you want to go see what it is, but you don't want to get up, you can drive the vacuum in there to go look and see what's going on. It recognizes stairs and does not go downstairs. It recognizes objects, and we've got kids and we got dogs at my house. So it recognizes all those small little objects and knows that that's not something it's supposed to take with it or try to suck up. It also has a really nice spinning bar on the bottom that is easy for Joe to take off to get all of my wonderful hair that is collected out of it without stopping up the vacuum. We change this about once a week as far as the top of it, and it is also on a schedule to run to clean our house. Joe is now going to talk about his favorite vacuum.
This is the Voweek cordless vacuum cleaner. We love this. This gets all the places that essentially any little robot vacuums can't get, into corners or on furniture. It does come with a wall mount.
Or specifically around a Christmas tree.
It does come with a wall mount. It does come with a little tool, because as with the other vacuums, this one is easy to pop out the roller so you can get that hair out.
Our children love this one.
It's modular. You know, it does come with the attachment for, say, if you want to use this on your upholstery or in your car. You know, it can fit on this just using the base unit, or you have the extender, which is also adjustable. You know, but we usually just use it as a vacuum. I brought it out to the car, and it works really nice in the car as well. Relatively quiet.
Yeah, it's not
which
super
I like.
loud.
I'm not going to open this like I did on one of the last ones because it's got stuff in it. I did use it today, but this just pops open. It's got a HEPA filter in it, and it's very easy to clean out. So kids even love using it.
There she is. She heard it. She's like, I hear my vacuum. Say hello to Miss Poppy, everybody. She is home from school, and she's going to probably want to stay on camera because she's a ham. Okay, I'm going to let Joe set up this next item, but while he's setting it up, because it's right above his head in a box, it's the Aged and Charred Smoker Kit. I think it is an amazing, amazing gift. But while he's doing that, I'm going to talk quickly about my next item, which is the Nexigo outdoor movie projector. Now, I'm sure people have seen a lot, especially if you follow me on social media, me posting our outdoor movies that we do. This is my projector that I use on that blow-up outdoor movie screen. I get a lot of messages from people all the time that says, which one did you choose? Why did you choose it? Does it work good? Is the picture clear? And the answer to all of that is yes. Yes, 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 yes. Super easy. I am horrible at setting things up. Absolutely horrible. And this I can do on my own. All I do with this is I plug a Fire Stick into the back of this so that I have everything from our Fire TV available on this, on the blow-up inflatable screen outside, so that we can sit and watch outdoor movies. This would also be great if you do any kind of tailgating and you want to watch the game on a bigger screen. Grab this projector, grab an inflatable screen or whatever you use as a screen, and start playing the games on this. I also think this is going to be great for birthdays, when my kids want to have big birthday parties, and let's say it's a themed, like we had Moana before. I can play Moana on the big screen while we're also doing the party. Great, great purchase. That's my evaluation. All right, Joe is set up and he is ready to show you all why we like the Aged and Charred kit.
Is it back over to me?
It is.
All right. So this is the Aged and Charred Smoker Kit, and it comes in this nice wooden box, very sturdy. It comes with everything you really need. It does come, and this is one of the things that I like to point out. A lot of these kits don't come with the butane that you need, the fuel for the lighter. See? So it comes with everything you need. It comes with four different,
it's just pretty. I'm just
four different types of wood
gift.
chips: apple, cherry, oak, and hickory. It also comes with an extra set of this kind of mesh mesh cup, and I'll show you where that goes inside here, which we usually leave it in here. See, there's some wood chips in there. Essentially, this goes on top of the cup. We're not doing a demo today, but then you essentially light the chips on fire, and then
the smoke goes
cover
down.
it up, and then the smoke comes down from here into your cup.
I don't even have a cup in here for you to do it. I thought you grabbed a cup,
I did not grab a cup.
It's so cool when you do it, though.
But it comes with very easy to follow instructions. And the thing on top of that is, if you don't know how you want to make a drink, you know, and you don't have, it can be a standard beverage too. Sometimes you want to have a smoked iced tea, or you want to have a smoked hot coffee, rather than having that done.
Smoked coffee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it into any glass for any type of drink, and I mean, it really is quite nice.
Okay. So the next two items, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to try to find a video while Joe also so Joe has the telescope down here. But while you pull it back over to your screen, because it is a very large item, I'm going to pull up the video that we did on it so that you guys can see kind of what it looks like coming out of the box as well. This Celestron telescope was something that Joe looked at for like 3 years before he finally pulled the trigger on buying it. And I'm glad that he did. Our kids love going outside. They want to go have a fire and do s'mores and look at stars. And so I'm just going to have Joe talk really quickly about why he selected this one.
All right. I mean, I have it over here if you want to.
No, you're on.
Oh, I'm on?
You're on.
Okay.
What's he doing?
Excuse me. This is the 6SE model, so it does come in a couple of different versions, a few different versions, a 4, a 5, a 6, and an 8. This is kind of I'd say your most common model for somebody who's not really into it, who's somebody who wants a little bit better than the lower end versions.
Like an intermediate starter.
Yeah. But this has a couple extras on it right now, but you know, we do have something where you can put your cell phone on it. The great thing is it has thousands upon thousands of objects pre-programmed into this. So all you really have to do to get started is put your laser pointer at an object in the sky, like the sun, or not the sun, sorry, the moon. Sorry, the moon.
Don't look at the sun.
Don't look at the sun. But this is just like a regular laser pointer, and it's just supposed to help you kind of figure out where you want to point in the night sky. Why do you need that? Because you're going to have to point it in the vicinity of at least 3 objects. And then once you do that, this system is calibrated. And then if you select something from the keypad, and like I said, thousands, I think it's got tens of thousands of objects, celestial objects programmed in here. Doesn't mean you'll be able to see all of them with the magnification unless you get the right optics for it. But it'll point you exactly in that direction, so you will be able to take a look at it. So we wanted that because, you know, the kids aren't going to know where to look, but if they want to see something, you can look at it in the database that's on the keypad. And the nice thing is it does pull off.
And this is something that I think we're going to start doing more now that the weather is a little better at night and there's not all the bugs out.
It gets darker a bit earlier, so you're not waiting till 9:30, 10 o'clock at night for it to be dark enough.
But I mean, we got to see Jupiter
in the spring,
and the 2 moons, and the girls were so excited. And it honestly has a lot better, I guess, sight or visual than I thought it was going to have, because the first time I saw the moon in this, I was like, whoa, I didn't know I was going to get to see it like that. And so that's why I got Joe. There's a little attachment on the end where he said that there's extra things. That is to place a phone in so that you can take pictures of what it's also seeing, which is really great. All right. The next item that I'm going to go
Back over to you.
Yeah. Do what? No, you're still on. You're still on.
Well, I can't set up for the next one yet then.
Oh, no, you can. You can set up for the next one. I'm just talking about our Blink outdoor cameras. And I feel like the Blink outdoor cameras are really another thing that Joe and I probably both agree on, because we have them set up just randomly all around the house, and we use them inside as well as outside. So they are weatherproof. So we have them like on trees outside, on lights and lampposts or anything like that. They run on a battery. They last about 2 years on their battery. You can set up different zones that you would like to see any kind of motion. We have a lot of wildlife, but we like looking at the wildlife outside. We're like, oh, there's a deer at the front. Let's go look at it, girls. Or if there's somebody in my driveway, I'm like, who's in my driveway and why are they out there? Like, what are they doing? We also have people out back a lot. I want to know what they're doing. So I'm kind of nosy, but I also have one that's just like randomly sitting on a shelf in my closet so that I can see if my kids are in there fingering and getting in things. You can I have it screwed into a tree outside. I also have it on zip ties different places, but we've used these for years in multiple different houses that we've lived in. And so anytime that we see that they're on deal, I feel like we're just kind of grabbing more. All right, the next item that we're going to go over is Joe's pick, and it is his Kamado Joe.
I think you have a video or a picture for this.
I do.
So obviously we're not going to roll this
outside.
Inside. It's the Kamado Joe Classic to 18-inch Kamado style charcoal grill smoker. I've used it for both. In fact, we alluded to the fact that I'm going to be smoking some pork shoulder tomorrow and using
so excited.
The ThermoPro temp spikes. It's they had. I think this is on deal right now. I believe
it is. Yes. Which
again,
they rarely are.
You don't have to be an expert, is what I want to say for this. The instructions are very easy.
What he's trying to say is even I know how to use it.
No, because I'd never smoked meat before, and I had no idea how to do it. The manual they gave with me gives you some options for what you can do. They have an app that you can use to take a look at some recipes and register the Kamado. But what I really like about it is you can pretty much set it, and once you get used to the settings on it, it's good to go. It'll hold temperature. So if you want to cook at 275, it'll cook at 275 all day long. If you want to cook a steak at 400, it'll cook a steak at 400, and it's really, really good.
The other thing that I like about this one, though, is that it does have a lock, so kids can't just go and try and open it.
Yep, it's got a
and
latch
it also has what I would call a gasket or a bumper around the whole top. So it's not, when you open it, a lot of grills or some other smokers, when you open it, if you let go of that lid, it slams shut. And it can crack.
It's got a spring on it.
Yes.
That holds
there's
it
a
open.
spring on this one, and there's that cushion or that gasket to where it's not going to do that. So there's a lot of reasons why we picked this one, and the fact that it's on deal is also really, really just great. All right, the next item that I'm going to go over quickly is one thing that I feel like people kind of miss out on deal days is skincare. This is the most recent one that I am trying. It's a lot like a previous one. That was a lot more expensive than this one, and I'm really, really liking these. What I like about this is the retinol correction. It's a night serum, so a retinol serum, but what's great about it is that they come in these little bitty capsules, so the serum is not exposed basically, and it's protected from light, and it's protected from germs and you touching things, or even inside the bottle just kind of sitting exposed to air. So I really like these little capsules. It gives me just the right amount that I need. I've been using this on both my face and my neck at night, and I've really, really, really liked what I've been seeing out of it so far. So I have this on my restock list. And that's what I want to tell everybody. When you're looking at things on Prime Day, think about things that you've wanted to try, or you want to try something new. And another thing that I do want to say about skincare is one of the top 3 least returned items every single year at the holidays. So things like this even make really nice little stocking stuffers as well. So I really like the Rock brand personally. And so this is one that I saw on deal that I myself am even going to be restocking on, because I do really, really like this one. Sorry, I didn't have it highlighted. Sorry, guys. This is what I'm talking about right now. Okay, the next thing that we're going to go over is one of Joe's picks, but I will say it's also one of my picks because Joe uses it.
All right, it's the O-Cedar Easy Ring Microfiber Mop. So I'm just going to show you how it all works together. Going to get that head popped in all the way around. Okay, and it comes with this very nice extension.
Gotta look for something.
Mop head. It has a couple different things, so I'm gonna just put that back. I didn't pop it in all the way. Of course I didn't.
Joe's actually really good at this, and my social media with Joe mopping the floors is always the most watched and loved by everybody.
I missed a corner, so make sure you pop in all 3 corners. I popped in 2 out of 3. But I want to make sure I can see this. I can. One of the great things about this, I want to show it here, and then it does have a little lever here for your foot, is you pop this in the top after you've dunked it in the water. And mind you, this is a little bit gray because I've used it 2 or 3 times already. It comes with multiple heads, by the way, and you can rinse them off when you're done so they stay clean. But I'm going to try and hold this. One of the nice things is it spins it. So that is why it is the Easy Ring mop. You don't have to squeeze the water out yourself. You use your foot and it kicks out all the excess water so that you don't have to worry about that.
And I know you don't know this because you've been talking on camera, but they are watching you do your little dance while you're mopping over on the side right now. So like I said, Joe, he's fabulous. And since we got this, like, he's like, oh my gosh, this is so easy to use. So then I walk in the kitchen one day and he goes, can I mop the floors? And I'm like, yeah, of course. I'm like, well, you know, you got to vacuum or like, you know, Swiffer or something before you do that. He's like, yeah. And so, I mean, you mop the entire first floor. Yep. So, I mean, anything that like gets him excited to clean, I'm like, I'm all about it. That's my jam. Let's go ahead and get that. Yes, the answer is yes. The next item that I'm going to be going over, because this is one of my picks, this is the ZenWise digestive enzymes, and this has prebiotics and probiotics in it. It says works in hours, not weeks, just so that you know. I take these daily. They have made a huge difference for me personally. That's my personal experience with it. These, I know, were kind of like big on social media, and I thought, you know, I'll try it. We'll see how it goes. Since then, I restock on these every single time I see them on deal. So I did see they were on deal today, and they're already in my cart to just go ahead and get them. And that's another thing that I want to remind people. So before I said skincare was something, also look at things like all of your supplements that you are using continually that you need to restock up on. Look at, you know, your cleaners, look at your supplements, look at things that are considered consumable, and make sure that you're grabbing those as well. All right, the next item Joe's going to be going over, because I know this is one of his favorites.
The Amazon Fire HD10 Kids Pro Tablet. You know, obviously we let our oldest pick this one out. It has all the features you would expect from a tablet. It does have the camera if they want to take pictures. It also has that forward-facing camera here if you want to do any type of video type calling. One of the things she loves about it, she got to pick out, you know, it had different shapes and things like that on it. The cover is removable. So if, you know, you get to a point where they want to use a different type of cover, they can. But we like these because it's a harder rubberized plastic. Yep. And if they drop it, it's not going to break. Yep. It also has this lovely stand that they can also use. Yep. To hold it as well.
That's her purse, for instance. Now, but this has definitely been her favorite. What's really nice about the kids is that you get the like free time or the kids prime with it as well. So there's all kinds of content. But if you don't want that, and you only want to be able to put things on there that you want them to see, like, you know, some movies that you have on your Fire Stick, you can push all of that over to them so you can kind of control what they're seeing. On a parent dashboard, you can also control what hours of the day these are on. And I'm sorry, you're going to hear her singing in the other room.
Once I'm done, I'm going to close the door. And see if we...
So it's nice that as a parent, you can kind of control how long it's on. You can control the age of the content that you want on there. So, of course, my 6-year-old only gets content up to age 6. And if we're having problems with my youngest not wanting to give hers up for some reason, because we typically only have these out when we travel, then I can get on the parent dashboard and just say, like, turn it off, basically. That way she's more willing to give something over if it's just shut off and she can't do anything anymore, as opposed to us trying to fight her to get it back from her.
And one of the things I do want to point out is it has the option for a wired headset as well as a Bluetooth headset. Yes. It has also the airplane modes and a couple other modes you can select.
Extendable storage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really nice.
Really great to have for the kids.
Yes, really. And it's nice because they can't buy things on their kids' profile. They have to ask permission from an adult to approve any kind of downloads that they want outside of what you've already put on there. So there's a lot, and you can remove that if you want to, but I don't want to. So that's just me. All right, the very next item I'm going to go over is also something that I stock up every single Prime Day. This is my favorite color of this eyeshadow stick. It is called Pearl Shimmer. What's really great about these julep eyeshadow sticks is, one, they're great to travel with. Number two, there's like a little, what are these called? The little sponges, the blending ball. It's like a tiny blending ball on the end so that you can blend this after you put it on. And you guys can see this is fully out. I've used this entire thing. I've been waiting for Prime Day to be able to restock on this, and I absolutely love these. This is a color that I use every single day, just to kind of highlight on the inside and just underneath my eyebrows right here. It is a really, really great color. You can also use it all over your eyelid as well. But these julep sticks I get every single Prime Day. All right, Joe's going to go over the next item. It is something we've had for a few years now.
It's the Kitty Cap No Spill Silicone Bottle Cap, and this will fit, you know, kind of your standard water bottles and drink bottles, not the wide mouth, but like the standard size opening on the top. It has a cover, which is great because even if, as I'll explain, we have a little one that likes to munch on the tops of these, and she might chew it.
The little one's singing in the other room.
So it's kind of got double protection. So you probably can't see it on camera, but as they squeeze it, you know, or to drink out of it, it's got kind of like an X shape in here with flaps that'll allow the liquid to come out or allow you to put a straw into the top. So even if, like, we have a little one that likes to chew on it, if you close the cap, it also has a tight seal. So if they pop it over, not a big deal. We found out one of these had a little hole in the top from her because when we knocked it over, it didn't dump all over the place, which is what would happen if it was an open top. But we saw a little dribble come out, which is what this is designed for. You're not going to have a big mess, and ideally have no spills at all if they put the cap back on. But we love it because our little one is prone to dumping stuff. And since she starts using these, very, very minimal problems with spillage.
I, as a parent, mom, I also like to take these when we go to like amusement parks or places that don't allow outside food and beverage inside, because I can just take these little tops, buy them a bottle of water when we get in there, put this on the top. They're not going to spill it everywhere. They can just flip it open, drink it when they want to. Even if they throw the bottle, it's not going to go pouring everywhere. So this is something that I leave in their snack container at all times.
Especially when you spend $3, $4, $5 a bottle at an amusement park for water. You don't want it
$5 for water. Yeah, you don't want it spilled everywhere. You don't want to waste that. All right, the next item that I'm going to be going over is a Foozy. And I used this the entire summer long. This protects your phone from overheating. It can also protect your phone from cold weather. So this is good year round. Here's some features that I like about it. Number one, it does have something where you can just clip it on things. So I was clipping this to the outside of my beach bag all the time. It also floats. So if you are a fisherman and you have your phone in here all day, and let's say your whole bag flips over, this is still going to float so that your phone in here is safe. There's also on the inside down in here, there is a cloth in here that cleans the germs off your phone as you put it in there, and then also pull it out. Typically my phone, which I have the Samsung S22, but it did it when I have iPhones as well, it would overheat anytime I was sitting out at a ball game, anytime I was sitting out at the pool, if I was on the beach. Anytime I was outside for a prolonged amount of time, my phone would start getting really hot. I did not have that problem since I've had my Foozy. So this was a very big, like, yes, you need this product for me. All right, next product is Joe.
So I have the Pat Pet dog training collar. For those of you who've seen us before, we have a puppy French bulldog, and, you know, he is a little rambunctious, but we're working with him. And we've bought this to kind of work on it with him a little bit. You know, we haven't used it a lot with him. It's got a fully adjustable collar. I do want to point out that it does have the little metal prongs on the back, they also have a longer set if you have a dog with longer hair, and they have rubber caps here if you really don't want them to bother the dog, which is great. One of the nice things about this is both the collar and the little remote are USB charged. It does come with that as well. You can use these for up to 2 dogs. So if you did buy an extra collar, it has a 1 and a 2, so you can switch back and forth. It has various levels if you do want to use the shock function, and again, various levels. But what I like about this one is it comes with a beep warning. So if you don't want to use a shock, you can use a sound, or you can just have the collar vibrate a little bit. And that's generally the most I'll use. I haven't actually used the shock on anybody but myself, just to test it out. But the fact that this does have another option where you don't have to do that for dog training is great. And it does have a good range on it. And we love the color. This one is green. They have gray, yellow, a couple other different ones.
They've got other colors as well.
You can get any type of color that you want.
just a little bit of background on that as well. So we took the dog to a trainer who basically said they were going to use something exactly like this, and they wanted us to pay them to do it. And I'm just a firm believer that if you want your dog to mind you, then you should be the one training your dog. And so Joe was like, yeah, you know, I think you might be right, because just because he goes off somewhere else all day and he's minding for them, it's like your kids. They go to school, they'll mind at school, and then the moment they get home, they're like, oh, I'm not at school anymore. I can finally relax. I can run around. I can get all my stuff. And I just feel like I told Joe, we need to train him ourselves. And honestly, he's been doing a great job. Yep. He sits, he comes, he stays. Well, he's working on stay, but he usually stays. He shakes, you know, his paw. And so Joe's been doing a really good job with this.
And like I said, you don't use it all the time. So this isn't his normal collar. You only put it on when you're training. And again, I haven't had to use it that often. Once he gets it, then I can just keep training him without the collar. So it's really only for immediate correction.
This is so funny. So I see comments over here, but I don't see comments here because comments aren't working today. And so they're saying, oh no, you froze. And then they're saying like they've seen the Opal ice maker.
Oh, did we just freeze now? Because I see that just coming through now.
No, they said we froze up, but I see us still going. I'm not really sure, but it said that they have the Opal ice maker and they've had it for 5 years going strong and they love it.
And they probably just came through now because I think they probably went back when we had the initial issues.
I know, like I'm just now seeing the comments coming in, which is weird because I don't see comments at all where we're actually going live. I only see it on a separate stream. So everything's kind of messed up today. I think there's too many people trying to stream at once. The next item I'm going to go over is called the Armra. This is the colostrum. This is an immune drink. I have an autoimmune issue, and so I like to drink things like this. This tastes really, really good. This is the blood orange. I'm sure you guys have seen this all over social media. I have mine like on Subscribe and Save or whatever from Amazon. This is the one that I like. Immune Revival from Armra is a good flavor. You can drink adults can drink up to 2 each day. And so this is definitely my choice for that. All right, Joe's gonna go over the next item.
So I have the Busy Bubbles bubble gun. And one of the things I do want to point out to all the parents out there, make sure you charge it before you show the kids. Don't make our mistake. We're like, hey, we're going to do the bubble gun. Then we realize you have to charge it with a USB charger, and we forgot to do that ahead of time.
Right.
But very easy to use and put together. It does come with a bubble solution. It has a little tray as well that you dunk it into, and the kids love it. It's like a little bubble bazooka, and they really like it. And our little one loves bubbles, so she can't get enough of it.
Exactly. So this is something that I think you definitely could do as a Christmas gift, but like Joe said, don't make the mistake that we said where it's not ready to go, basically. So you want to make sure that you charge the rechargeable battery, which is nice on this, that you can just recharge the battery instead of eating up a bunch of batteries. So that's one reason that we really like it, and it does work really well. So it is a good Prime Day deal. All right, the next item I'm going to go over quickly. This is the Life Pro. This is a 4-speed vibrating little ball. It comes in like a little box like this. This is an agility vibrating massaging ball. I'm going to tell you guys what I use this for, because it says on here like recovery, improve mobility, relaxing muscles. It says that it can alleviate joint pain. It can improve your post-workout recovery, all that kind of jazz. I get right underneath, like in the middle of my back, underneath my shoulder blade, like this cramped muscle that just stays like this, and then it won't like work its way out. So I turn this on, and it's not very loud, and I don't have it charged right now. It's not very loud, but I basically lay that muscle on this ball and just gently start trying to roll out just that muscle to get it to kind of loosen up a little bit. And I can't tell you guys how much I love this thing. I have to travel with this now because I have to kind of, and you can even just do it in a chair. You don't have to lay down on the floor, because if you're like me and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I lay down on the floor if I'll ever get up again. You can put it in the back. So right now, oh yes, I have it on there, and I can kind of keep rolling this around so that it rolls that out. And so this stays next to my bed at all times, and then it uses the same charger as my phone. So I usually just charge it right next to my phone. All right, the next item Joe's going to be going over with you all. Go ahead, Joe.
It's the Bissell Pro Heat 2X Revolution Pet. And we really love this.
Yeah.
Mainly.
It saved us a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because of that little one right there.
Yeah. And I just want to point out a couple of the features. It does have your clean water tank, your dirty water tank. It has this little clean shot thing off the side where you hit the pedal here, and you could direct that liquid onto a stain specifically rather than just through the brush area. It comes with all your attachments, so if you do want to use a hand tool, this plugs in for the hand tools it does come with. It comes with an upholstery tool, which is nice. We haven't had a chance to use that yet. Hopefully we don't have to. But then you got your kind of like your tough stain tool. This is what I had to use. This attaches to the end, and it's essentially just me on the floor working with that. But then it has a trigger where you can control how much is actually getting into the stain. You can kind of scrub while you're down there, so that really helped with some of the stains we've had before. It comes with a couple of measuring cups. It also comes with a couple of cleaning solutions. So it's everything you need to get started to clean any type of carpet that we have or any type of upholstery.
Okay. I do want to say to everyone that we did a live stream on a random Friday night for a brand a couple of weeks ago. And we even said at the beginning of the stream, like, we don't know how this is going to go because both of our kids caught something at school and they were both sick. And that's what Joe was talking about. They immediately left this room, and this is like a white carpet in this basement. And that's what he had to work to get out of the carpet because they got sick. And so we thought, oh my gosh, we're going to have to pay for a professional cleaner to come and do this. But we didn't. And this, I can't even tell where it was. And that section that you did of the carpet actually looks brand new now.
Yeah. So, and the thing is, don't get discouraged. Like I said, if using the cleaner itself with the bristles doesn't work, which is what I did initially, the first pass is like, okay, it's not getting the stain out. I immediately hooked up the line and used the hard stain tool, and it pulled everything out. Yeah,
and she's peeking around the corner waving.
I'm sure
so funny.
she is.
All right, the next item that I'm going to be going over is another Life Pro. Whoop, click the wrong thing. Is another Life Pro product that I love, and it is on deal, and so I wanted to make sure that I shared it with everybody. This is over in my gym right now. This is a Rejuva Wrap. It's an infrared sauna blanket. You lay this down and you lay on the inside of the blanket. And then there's like a little, I don't think it shows it on here, but there's a little remote on the side, and it tells you in the opening kind of booklet that you have, the manual, how long to lay in it, for what different types of things you would be in this for. So like post-workout, you know, if you're having like joint issues like I do, if you just want to sweat more after your workout to get a more of a sweat out. There's a lot of different things that go along with the red light therapy and the infrared therapy in general. So make sure that you research these a little bit. I looked at, I think 5 different infrared sauna blankets before I selected this one, and I could not have been happier with my choice. So when I saw that this was on deal, I thought, okay, this is the one that I chose. It's on deal. I need people to look at it because there's a lot of ones that you'll see on social media, and you're just like, oh, that must be awesome because so-and-so is using it. And then when you start kind of looking into things, I pulled a Joe, right? I really looked into things and did the research before I spent the money on this. And this one, hands down, I can honestly say I was happy that I got this one. All right, the next item Joe will be going over for us.
So, you know, if you're not looking for something like heavier duty, huge, for a larger job, and since, you know, we did get a puppy, you know, Jen got this, you know, Dirt Devil portable kind of spot cleaner. So if you're looking for something smaller where you can try to just lift it up or store it underneath your sink or in a closet relatively easy, this kind of is the best of both worlds. You can get that tough stain removing tool, which this comes with. You can kind of see it right here, where you have a trigger to kind of control how much fluid you're putting on a specific spot, and it comes in a compact nature, so it's easier to move around. It works with the Dirt Devil solutions or other solutions that you want to purchase for it. It's got your pet tool and a stain tool, because you can use this on a pet tool as well. but it's really nice, compact. It's not heavy. I mean, this is the size. It's a little bit smaller than this box. So you really can store it under any cabinet or counter that you're looking to put it in.
This was actually my product, so I'm not sure why it was on Joe's side, but this was my pick. And this is another thing that you're going to see all over social media. Maybe this one, maybe another one that might be green. But I did research on kind of like the actual consumer reviews, consumer reports, like how it performed compared to other ones. And I was going to buy a different one last deal week. And I didn't. I did the research and this is the one that I chose. So I'm happy that I chose this one. I personally, if I'm just trying to get something up that like the kids had an accident on my rug in the main room, I'm not going to go like have to, because I have trouble like picking things up and carrying it. I'm not going to go carry the giant vacuum that Joe has over like he might. I'm going to want something that's a lot more portable and I can just go do that one spot that's on the rug that I need done. And so for me, this is what I think was best for my reasoning, both for having small children who have accidents and also for having an animal. Now, I also have a husband who also conveniently has, spills as well. Okay. The next item is Joe's peg that is a small item. So now he can go over this.
It's not that small.
It's not that small, but I bought this and I think he was skeptical of it until he used it and then he realized that he loved it. This
is the Molly Pet 6-in-1 dog grooming kind of vacuum. It hooks, sorry, now that I say it, it's easy.
And I do want to say, so I have not been able to see the comments and the follows until right now, and I think that they're also delayed, but we do have some new followers, so thank you all for following. And I also want to say, if you're enjoying our stream, make sure that you're tapping the heart button and you're tapping the follow button if you're not following us. Go ahead, Joe.
So Molly Pet 6-in-1 dog vacuum. So there you go. The nice thing I like about it is it's compact. This hooks into the side, so you don't have to worry about the hose falling out. The cord wraps in the bottom. This is very easy to pop out and empty. So a lot of features that I really like when it comes to using something like this for the first time. So it does come with quite a few different tools. I'll try and go through these real quick.
Yep.
Some of them we haven't used yet, but I do want to show that, it pretty much has everything that you're going to use. Upholstery tools, if you're going over the different types of upholstery, if you want to get the hair out.
Oh yeah, cat hair, dog
clippers,
hair, human hair.
Which we haven't used. Our dog sheds any short hair, so we won't need that clipper tool. But we do use, if you have your dog combs, this has the dog comb. But the nice thing about this is as you're combing, it sucks all the hair in. And then this one is another type of brush dog comb as well. He doesn't mind at all. At first he was a little scared, but after we started doing it, he just sits there and he enjoys it.
He likes
it. Get him used to it early, but then it's great, easy to clean out, and then get back to what you really want to do.
Yeah, it's really nice just because we do give him baths, because he's a French bulldog. He stinks a little. So we give him baths and he loves going and sitting and doing this now and getting all of that extra hair off of him. And what's great is going ahead and getting that extra hair off of him after the bath keeps it from then getting all over the house. And so it's almost like you're drying him, but you're also sucking up any kind of dead skin or dead hair that needs to get off of him just to help his skin a little better.
And I really love that it comes with the bags, to have everything in it.
So easy storage is nice as well. I'm going to skip ahead one and let Joe go over his next pick, which is his fireplace cover, and talk about why he chose that one specifically, because then I know Joe has to run to an appointment and then I'll finish up with everybody.
Yeah. So, I like something that looks kind of like that oil rub bronzy type color. Antique-y, however you want to call it. This was about the right size. The sides flip out and are adjustable depending on how big the fireplace is. It's a nice weight. It's about 10 pounds, so you don't have to worry about it falling over too easily. But why did we buy it? Well, we have kids, and mainly we have a dog who likes to go into the fireplace. So this keeps him out of it because he doesn't want it falling on him. One of the other nice things it has is that it does have a mesh grate. It doesn't just have these big wires, decorative wires on it that a lot of them do, just to kind of keep people from going by it. It has this mesh grate, so your kids can't stick their hands through it. The dog can't stick a paw or a face or a nose through it. We don't use our fireplace that often, but there's like little charcoal pebbles in there that we really don't want either of them getting into. And really, it's nice. It's decorative and functional, which is why I picked this one.
Yeah. And it's on deal today. And so if you're looking for something like that, I almost feel like we need more of them.
Yeah.
Because we have another fireplace that's over in our bedroom that the dog will like race anytime the door's open so that he can get in there just to like mess around in the fireplace. And now I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to put another one of these in my fireplace.
Well, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody because I got to head out shortly. But Jen's going to finish up with the last few items. I will finish up because all the rest of the items are mine. And Joe's like, really? We have to go over hair products again. So Joe has no hair, so he doesn't care anyway. So again, if you like our stream, make sure that you're tapping the heart button. I do see that there's a couple of new follows, so thank you all for following us. You typically will see Joe and I, but sometimes you'll just see me, and sometimes you'll just see Joe, actually. Yeah. All right, so thank you, Joe, and we will see you next time. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go backwards now and go into my next product. The Kitsch pillowcases. These are the Kitsch satin pillowcases. There's a couple of reasons why I really, really like these. The one that I have highlighted right now is the Barbie one. So it's this print right here. And I gave that to little Munchkin that keeps running in here for her birthday because she's obsessed with Barbie. The other one that they have right now, this is the Harry Potter one. These are going in stockings this year. This one is mine as well as this one as well. Let me show you guys because they have all kinds of prints, all kinds of styles. But I got the two Harry Potter satin Kitsch pillowcases. And like I said, the one highlighted is also the Barbie one, which is really nice. If you're looking for things to kind of slip down into stockings or that would make a really nice gift, these are great. There's a couple of reasons why these are great. I'm going to show you on this one because it might be easier to see on this one. When you're looking at this pillowcase, it has a zip closure to it, but it's what they call an invisible zip closure. So this invisible zip closure means that as it's closed, you cannot get your hair caught in that zipper because it's inside. So it zips almost inside. So you don't have to worry about like catching the zipper like on your face or in your hair or anything like that. The other reason that they really say for the satin pillowcases individually, for, hair and face and skin and things like that. If you have skincare on your face, you don't want it soaking into like a cotton type pillowcase or anything like that. And as soon as you put your face down on a cotton pillowcase, all of the moisture from your face is kind of being drawn out into that pillowcase instead. It does not do that with a satin pillowcase. The other reason that satin pillowcases are really good is because a lot of times you can kind of have that static and that friction on other type of fabrics that will make your hair kind of get frizzy, or it can even pull your hair. And it also does not do that in satin pillowcases. So we have a lot of these, and every time I see that they're on deal, I stock up on them. So I'm gonna have to grab more of these for stockings this year. And again, I know that I've not been able to see all the comments because it's not been working, but if you guys do have questions, feel free to contact me in any way that you can. I'm more than happy to answer people's questions. The other thing that I'm going to talk about that I've talked about a whole lot, so you guys know that this is my favorite, are the Kitsch Satin Heatless Curlers. Again, this is the Barbie one. The one highlighted is the one that I left on at my mom's house. Now, this... yes, I look like what Joe calls me out of Star Wars, but I put this around my head. It's very, very soft. You can also kind of like bend it and it'll stay in different directions. And then you wrap your hair around this. It can be damp, it can be dry, and then you spritz it and get it a little damp. It can be fully wet, however you want it to be. This is going to curl your hair. You can leave it in for,
30 minutes to an hour while you're getting ready, and then hit it with a blow dryer and get curls, or you can sleep in this as well. I've done both. I will say that the wetter your hair is and the longer it has to dry on these, the tighter the curls will be and the longer the curls will last. Now, some people don't like those real tight curls that are like real bouncy and stay up here. They want the longer kind of just wave. And so for that, I would say just plug that in while you're getting ready in the morning and you should be good to go. Another item that I'm going to highlight because I am trying this. So I've been using the K18 as far as their like leave-in like mask and serum for a while. I wanted to also try their shampoo. There's 2 different shampoos that they have. I got the one that is called Peptide Prep because it says on here that it's a detox shampoo, and I believe the Peptide Prep is for people who are doing more hair training, like what I do, where they're not washing their hair multiple times a week. They might wash their hair 1 or 2 times a week and really get down and scrub and get everything off of their scalp. And so this is the one that I selected. And I honestly, I'm a little upset with myself that I didn't wait until Prime Day deals to grab this. So if you're wanting to try the K18 products, I will say now is probably the time to go ahead and grab those. The next item that I'm going to go over, I know that Joe is not sitting over in his seat, but I want you all to see a quick video on this as far as when I was doing this test. Let me make sure that I have it on here. It looks like I need to add it very quickly, and that's going to take me 2 seconds, no time at all. And so here's a little things about this specific test. So I did the food strand test that basically tells me like how I'm doing with food and intolerances and things like that.
Today I'm doing a quick review of this health and wellness test that tests over 985 different intolerances and imbalances in your...
There we go. All right. So this is how it comes when you get this, and I'm going to move me over here. This is how it comes when you get this, and you basically... It's very, very simple. This is a hair strand test. It's a DNA test. It's looking at you specifically. This is a very specific to you test. This is not something that like everybody's going to get the same results. I would be shocked if 2 people ever did get the same results. You simply pull a few hairs, make sure that you get down into the scalp. If you don't want to take from your head up here, you can also take smaller hairs from your arm, your leg, you know, whatever you want to do. I did kind of a combination of things. I took a couple from different parts of my head, and then I also took some from my arm as well. And I just made sure that I kind of got it as long as possible down to the root. It does tell you about how long they need the hair to be to send in. Then they're going to test you. This one specifically, I believe, has like 985 different things that it's going to test you for to see if you have an intolerance to it for you personally, or if you just have like a little bit of an irritability to it. You're going to get a full test result back, and there's an app on your phone that you can also pull up to be able to see this at any time. I have to do this a lot. The red tells you like, hey, you had a definite reaction to this, this food, this mineral, this environmental, like this tree, right? And what's really funny is this test told me all of the trees in this area I'm actually allergic to, which is the same thing that my allergist told me later on. And so they matched. And so I've really been going through this for food as well and trying to do what they call like an elimination diet. I'm trying to eliminate the things that it says I'm having a reaction to that may cause inflammation, and trying to stick to things that it says my body was okay with or good with. I will probably repeat this test again, I would say in the next year after doing the elimination, and just see if I get the same type of results, because I was kind of questioning like, well, hey, you know, I drink that tea every day. Do you think maybe they're just picking up that I drink it every day? Or that if they add more to it, I've already got so much and then it shows a reaction. And so I am a little curious about that. But overall, this has helped me with digestive issues that I've had, with inflammation issues that I've had. This is my personal experience. I am not a medical professional. They are not promising anything like that. I'm just telling you what my response to this has been. I was really impressed with how many things it let me in on that, hey, like maybe I need to avoid those from now on. All right, the next item that I'm going to be going over, I want to pull this down so that it doesn't continue to keep playing, basically. So let me pull it down. Let's see. Oh, it's got to go all the way down. Sorry. There we go. All right, let's go over here. The next thing that I'm going to go over is a different type of supplement, I guess. And I told you all earlier when I was talking about the ZenWise that I feel like skincare, supplement, basically like all your consumable type items are things that I feel like people overlook a lot during Prime Day deals, that you might want to kind of like pull it back some and look at it like, hey, what are my supplements that I take every day? What is my skincare that I use every day? Or what is a skincare that I might want to try that's new? Or what's a supplement that I might want to try that's new that I've seen that I've been wanting to try? Those are the things that I like to look for on Prime Day deals. And this was one during the last Prime Day deal that I did snatch up. This is the Chill De-Stress Gummies. This is the ashwagandha and passion flower. I basically take these gummies, I take 2 of them every single day. And for me, I have to be able like to chew up something to take another pill or vitamin. And so I use these to chew up and then put my other pill or vitamin on the inside so that I can eat it, so that I'm getting everything that I need without also having to like eat extra things, if that makes sense. These have been really, really nice. I've liked them a lot, and they have a really nice flavor as well. So if you've been wanting to try any of the Lemmy products, I have a few of them. I have the Lemmy Chill, I have the Lemmy De-Bloat, I have the the little droppers that you put in your mouth that has D3 in it. I have a lot of their things that I stocked up on last Prime Day deals, so you might want to go look at them and see if it's something you would like. So that concludes our stream for today. And I'm going, I see that you guys liked the Opal Ice Maker, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. I am going to be posting what I am buying for Prime Day. I will also loop in the things that Joe buys as well, because I know he has things in his cart. I will be posting those, so if you follow me on social media, I will be posting those so that you guys can see them. I will also be posting our favorite deals as well as links to this live stream so that people can see what our favorite past purchases have been as well. But thank you all for watching, and I will see y'all next time. Make sure that if you're not currently following me, tap the follow button. Even if you're watching on demand, you can still tap the follow button. You can tap the heart button as well, because that helps our stream. And I will see y'all next time. Bye, everybody, and thank you.